Hi everyone and welcome to my clothing design video 1 for RLC or Utherverse. Now first of all, please log into your RLC profile center or Utherverse center. Then log into your game. As you can see, I'm already logged in. I'm having problems today, but never mind. Joys of RLC. Okay. I'm at my workshop at the moment, so bear with me. Then once you've logged into your game, please load up GIMP. Once you're in GIMP, click on, but if you haven't already got GIMP, I will leave links to all the necessary software, okay? So, close that. Go back to your profile, now click on clothing. Now in here, My Design Clothing, you'll see Designer Kit download and Texture Pack download. Please download these onto your desktop. I say desktop because when you're learning this, desktop is the easiest place to find everything. Right, so I've already got these, so I don't need to do it. So just click on Designer Kit and download it, and then Texture Pack and download it. Now these are zip files, so if you need a zip opening software, I'll put links down below for those as well. These will be pre-evaluation, but they're good enough for what we need here. Right, okay, so once you've got those downloaded, go back to GIMP and click on File, Open, go to your desktop. Mine are saved on my expansion drive, but yours should be on your desktop by now. Excuse me. Click on Designer Kit. It could say Designer Kit or Designer Kit Legacy, whichever, it doesn't matter. Click on UV Maps and scroll down, and we're just going to pick something easy. So we'll do the HF upper body tank top. Now these are all JPEG, but the end output that you'll be making has to be set in PNG, which is JPEG, which is PNG. Now this is way too big because I've found that GIMP cannot handle this size comfortably, especially when you have a lot of items like layers on your outfit. So go over here to Image, Scale Image, making sure these chain links are locked. If you just click, you open it, click it, you close it. Double click in here and type in 1024. Click there and you can see it changes automatically. Click Scale. Go down here to your Zoom tool, which from now on I'll just call Zoom. Zoom up to 50 and you can see it now fills the window again. Now, over here I have all my different brushes, toolboxes, etc. Now, if you've just downloaded GIMP for the first time, you may not have these, so go over here to Window, Dockable Dialogues, and over here you will see the different dialogues you can dock. So we want layers. Now mine will just stay there because I've already got it downloaded. Go back to Windows, Dockable Dialogues, Brushes. Go back to Windows and look for Toolbox. Excuse me guys, I've got a bit of a cold. Right, now this is your toolbox, these are your layers, and this is your brushes. Now for now, these are the only three that you need. So go up here, and I'll just refer to these as toolbox, layers, or brushes from now on, okay? So over here, click on your pre-select tool. As you can see, when you put your pointer over it, up comes a description, so you can't go wrong. Click on this, and then coming over to your zoom, click on 200. You can see that really brings that right up, and then just click here. And then just come along. You don't need to drag it, it follows you automatically. I'm going to pause this video for now because this takes a wee. Now once you've come so far, this is where you started, where this yellow dot is. Just click on that and you can see it automatically joins it all up, and you have what I call running ants. Bring down your zoom to 50% again, and you can see there. Go back to your move tool in your toolbox, click, and then come back over. Click select, and you want to grow this. Now the reason we grow it is because then your actual texture is outside the mesh, and it means you won't have any nasty horrible holes or lines in the seams or anything like that. Now I bring up mine up to 15, so do the same and then click OK, and you can see it grows right outside. Go over to your layers box and clicking on there. Here we have a bunch of tools. This is your create layer. This is your create a new layer group. We very rarely use that. These are the up and down This is to raise layers up and down. This is your duplication tool. And this is your anchor. We'll discuss that later. And of course you've got your delete this layer. So what I want you to do is click on your create new layer, and always making sure that the transparency is checked, because this is going to be a PNG file and it must be a transparency. You must have the transparency. You can name it if you want, but I never bother. Make sure the width is the same as this one here and click OK. You now have a new layer on top which is transparent. Down here in your toolbox you will see you have your foreground and background colours. Click on that and up comes a palette. Choose whichever colour you like. I'm just going to go with the pink. It can be any colour you want, and then you see, you check it, it's always the top colour, and this is the previous colour. So I'm going to choose pink, and you come over to your bucket fill tool, you click on it, and then anywhere inside your outline you just click. And now you can see you've got a solid outline. Go back up into your toolbox and click on the rectangle select tool, and anywhere out here just click there and you can see that disappears. Now going back over to your layers, click on here and bringing the opacity down to approximately 50. It doesn't have to be bang on. Go back over here to your pre-select tool, down to your zoom tool and click on 200. Now we're going to cut out this, we're going to cut out the neckline. So all you do is, like we did for putting the initial outline on, you just go round, just following the lines. And then click there, and as you can see we now have our running ants again. Right click in the centre of that and then edit, cut, and you can now see you've got a nice little neckline. Go back over to your rectangle select tool and anywhere on the outfit this time click and that disappears. Now go back to your toolbox and click on the ellipse select tool. Look for that tool, and then coming up a wee bit, just about the centre there, left click and hold your mouse down and just drag it down until you're happy with about where you are. Then just drag it, keep your finger on the left click of the mouse, then drag it across a wee bit. Then inside here you will see you have this yellow box that appears. Left click inside that and hold it down and just drag it across to about there. Same for the left hand one. Left click inside and drag. Now once you're happy with the neckline, if you want to bring it up or down a wee bit, just click on that inside that yellow box, holding the left click down, and just bring it up a little bit. Now there we go. Now to cut that out you just right click, edit, cut, and you've now got a nice little neckline. Okay. Using the rectangle select tool, again just double click and that removes that. Go back over to your layers box and create a new layer. Again checking everything's correct. Okay. Now down below your foreground and background colours here, you can see this little black box and white box. To change that to black, just click on the black one. Now go up to your brush tool, double click on that, and you can see we're in the fuzzy tool. We don't want that, we want a solid black. So these are your brushes in here. Now I've got tons. At the moment you won't have so many, but I will show you how to download and install all your brushes for GIMP. So we want this tool, just this solid black. Now 20 is way too big, as you can see, because we're going to highlight just round this neckline here. So what you do, there is an easier way. Let's go the easier way for now. So delete that layer. Bring up the opacity on this layer. Hide this layer. To hide a layer, just click on that eye icon. Come back down to zoom and zoom it back out. Clicking on this layer, click on duplicate. Once you've done that, make sure that's highlighted. Go over to colorize and click on colorize. You can see it changes the whole color. Come over to the box here, and in the lightness section just drag the toolbar right across to the left. Turns that black. Click OK. Go back to your layers box, and with the up and down tool just bring it down so that the black is now underneath. Make sure that's checked. Go to your move tool, click anywhere in here. Oh, you can see that messed up on me. We'll just bring that back. Now click anywhere in here, and then you have your directional arrow keys on your keypad, on your keyboard. So using the up one, just bring it up 3 or 4 times. And there you have a nice little outline. Once you've done that, go over to File, Export As. Now I already have a pink top done, so I'm just going to use mine, but just name yours up here, highlight over that because you don't want to use it as that. So name yours top, whatever colour you've chosen, and then in fact what I'll do is I'll do it too. Pink top, okay, in the name here, and then making sure desktop is checked, go down to select file by extension, scroll down until you see where it says ping image, PNG image. Click on export. Now mine just needs to be replaced, but yours will come up with export. Oh, so does mine. Right, click export, hide that. Now in your profile, click on clothing, and then click on create outfit. Now as this is going to be a new style top, click on new style, come down, and where it says step 2 gender, click on female, click on torso, model. Now we want to make this a tank top with skin because we're going to be cutting out in this top, and if you cut out and leave it as tank top, you'll just have a blank space. You'll be see-through. You won't have a skin under the top. So click on layer skin clothing, add texture. Now I've already got my texture in here, but what I want you to do is click browse, and your top will come up on your desktop. Click on it. Now I'm going into my existing current group, so click on that one, and once you've got your image up there, click on publish, and then click on test outfit on avatar. Now do not under any circumstances use any of these settings down here. Just the test outfit, use nothing here. Otherwise, if you click on any of these and then click save changes, you've now created a catalogue, and this outfit will go into your catalogue, and it's not anywhere near ready. Just click on test outfit on avatar. Now we'll do this a lot through this series because I test every stage. As you can see, I'm still out here. I want to be in my closet so I can get a better view. And there you have it. Now if you want more of a black outline, just bring the outline up a bit, but I like that. It's just enough of a shading, barely visible. Right, now go back to your clothing, and then click on your GIMP again. Go over to your layer, click on top layer, right click, and then click on merge down. So now you only have the 2 layers again. Now, click on your mesh and bring it back into view just by clicking on that icon. Go back up to the top layer and bring down the opacity. Go over to your toolbox, and on the pre-select tool, click on it, and then come over here and bring this up to about 100 because you actually want to be able to see what you're doing. So as you can see, we've got our center line right down here. So we go over here, and about here you click and you just come up to about there, and then making sure that you're about even, doesn't have to be perfect, bring it over, and then come back over here and join them up. Once you've done that, right click inside, edit, cut. Once you've got all that, go over to your toolbox, rectangular select, and remove it. As you can see, we've got this white this coloured line under here. That doesn't matter, but if you want to get rid of it, just click on your eraser tool and just go down and carefully erase it. Okay, so now come back up to your, remember to click on your move tool. Come back over to your layers box, top layer, and bring the opacity right back up. Clicking on that top layer, create a new layer. Now we want to add some movement, etc. to this. So go over here and middle copy, layer copy, the middle one, click on opacity. Top layer clicked, click on your brush tool, double click on it because we want, now these are way too big because what we're going to do is create the illusion of folds. So bring the size down to about 7 or 8, maybe 10. Yeah, right. Now all you do is making sure you're on the top layer, just draw some basic lines. They don't have to be perfect, any way, any shape. Okay, once you've got those done, go back to your move tool, click on the top layer and then click duplicate. Go over to your colors and click invert. You can see that's turned to white, that's good. Go back over here to your layers and click on your downward arrow, and that puts those underneath. Click on the top copy, top layer, click on your move tool and being right in the center there, just on your directional keys and your arrow on your keyboard, just click 2-3 times so that you then get this effect. Go over here, click on the top layer, go over to your layer box, click on the top layer and then just merge those down. Go down to the middle layer, which is your main layer, and on the opacity bring it back up to 100. Now going back to the top layer, click on your smudge tool. This is this little hand with the finger. Double click on it and we want to double up the size of that. So perfect. Now just left click and drag. Left click holding it down, drag. Left click, drag. Left click, drag. And do this for all of these. Doesn't have to be tidy because I'll show you how to tidy it up in a minute. Just takes practice, lots of practice. It's a lot of fun once you get the hang of it. Now once you've done this, zoom back down to 50, and if you feel those are a bit too big, which mine are, make sure the top layer's clicked, selected, click on this scale tool button, and then come over here and click, and as you can see these chains are open. I want them closed because I want these to scale down uniformly. So we just down arrow and you just bring it down until you're happy with it. Click on scale. Now don't worry that the original is showing because that will change once you've clicked on scale, as you can see here. Now go over to your layer box and click on duplicate. Excuse me guys. Making sure the top layer's selected, go over to layer, transform, flip horizontally. As you can see it's flipped for this, but it's not quite right. So just click on that and using your right directional key arrow on your keyboard, just bring it over, or you can drag it if you feel. I'm happy with dragging because I'm well used to doing this. So just until it's about the same, it doesn't have to be spot on. And once you've got that, go back over to your layers and right click and merge down. Once you've got those merged, go over to up here in the layers box, you'll see that it says mode normal. Click on normal and scroll down to overlay. And you can see it has given us a nice little folded effect. Now go back over to your layers and click on the eye icon so that that mesh disappears. Go back to files and then you should have export to whatever colour your top is. Click on that, hide, go back to your profile and click on my outfits. Oh gosh guys. My design clothing, go into configuration, now it's always the top one, and in here you've got your outfit, click on replace, choose file and go to desktop and then click on pink top, open, replace and then publish and test outfit on avatar. And remember that's all you do at the moment on this page. Go into your Utherverse closet, or I'll just call it RLC from now on. And you can see we have nice little folds there. Now mine are just a bit too far over, but that doesn't really matter. As long as you can see the effect you're getting. See it? Okay, now go back to this page and then click on GIMP again. Go back over to your layers and click on create new layer. Once you've done that, bring up your mesh again by clicking on that icon. Going back up to the top layer, zoom in to about 100, 200 will do, that's fine. Now we're going to put a little pattern. Go over to your main layer copy, which is this one here above your mesh, your colour, and bring your opacity down. I've done this so that you can see where the outline of your actual top is, because it's not actually the bottom one. This is just the extra that we added in so that we don't have any gaps, lines or whatever. Go to your brush tool, and click on whatever. I'll just use a basic star for now. Double click on your brush and bring up to about whatever size you feel comfortable with. And that should do mine. And then make it sure that you're on the top layer, not this layer, any of these ones, the top layer. Start just clicking in and adding your brush strokes. Now don't do the other side, we're just doing the one side, because all we do is duplicate it and then flip it over, and that way it's all uniform. Once you've got this done, click on your move tool, making sure you're on the top layer. Go to layers, transform, flip. Stop. See how easy it is to mess up? I didn't duplicate that one, so you need to make sure that's highlighted and then duplicate it. And you have layer copy, whatever number. Go back to layers, transform, flip. And there you have it. Now again, this won't be quite spot on, so go to your move tool and just drag it over just a little bit, just till it's about where you want it. That's fine. Now, over to your layer copy, which is your main outfit color, and bring the opacity back up to 100 and hide the mesh below. Zoom down to 50 and then click on File, Export to Top. Hide it and then go to My Outfits. Scroll down, My Design Clothing, and click on the top one. You will see this, click on Replace, choose File, scroll down until you find your top, which is right there, open and replace. Publish. Now as you can see, I test every aspect because that way I know if it looks right or not. And if it doesn't look right, I can go back and fix it before I close the whole thing in GIMP. So click on Test Outfit on Avatar and then go into your RLC closet. And there you see we've got quite a nice little effect. Now next we're going to add just a little bit of shadowing under the bust line. So go over to your layer copy and click on create layer, click OK. Once in there, go to your brush tool and making sure that you're on the solid brush. That's good. Go back over to your layers and click on hide, bring up the mesh, the layer above, which is your colored outfit, bring down the opacity. Now go over here to zoom and zoom it into about 200. Now you can see that brush is way too big, so double click on your brush and bring it back down to about 6 or 7, that's fine. Now in here, go over here and go up to this top layer you just created, making sure you're on the top one. Don't worry about drawing over these stars because that's fine, we'll sort that shortly. Click on here and hold down the shift key on your keyboard and just go like so. Just take your finger off the shift key as you're moving the scroll bar down below, but before you go back in, shift key down again, and you can see it brings you right back. Once you've done that, that's as far as you need to go. Go over to your layers box, making sure the top layer is clicked, duplicate. Go over to your color tool and invert, and you can see that turns to pink. Move tool, top layer clicked, directional arrow down. That puts it underneath. Go into the top layer, move tool, and you want to bring this down a little bit, so the downward arrow on your keyboard, just a couple of clicks, that's all. Go back over, click on this layer, and merge down. Making sure that's checked, go into your smudge tool, which is way too small, so double click on it, and just bring back up to about 20-30, and just hold down your left click and drag. Same on this side, left click, hold down, drag. Left click, hold down, drag. And once that's done, top layer, make sure that's selected, scroll down, and then come down to this layer here. Opacity, bring it right back up to 100. Go back to the top layer, and in normal mode, bring it back down to overlay. And as you can see, that's disappeared behind your stars. Go back down and hide your mesh. Go back to your zoom tool and zoom it back down to 50, and you can see the effect we're getting here. Click on File, Export to Pink Top, minimize it, go back into your profile, My Outfits. I'll keep this on top because it's easier. Okay, and then go to My Design Clothing, top layer, click on Configuration, go over to your top, Replace, choose File, scroll down. You can see I've made a few things here that I'm working on the classes. Click on Pink Top, click Open, and then Replace. Excuse me guys. Click on Publish, and then Test. And again, don't touch anything else at all, because it is being saved in your publisher, but we just don't want to finally publish it to the catalogue. Go over to your RLC closet. Mine loads, you'll see. And there we have it, and you can just see the faint outline under the bust line here. See? And that's today's video for today, guys. Hopefully catch you again. Bye for now.